Hello everyone. Okay, can you guys hear me? I don't know. I'm not very used to this live. Okay guys, so to be honest, I was not very satisfied with the last design I made. So I'm going to make that design again, and this time I'm going to use some graphic element like this. So this was from the previous video. I downloaded them from FreePic, so I'm going to use this in my design right now. And for I was searching like this kind of boot designs, so this one is a clip art image I found, and you can just simply download this kind of images like this. So I'm going to make this one usable, and so that I don't get any kind of copyright strikes. Like you can see here, I was searching in FreePic and I found that they are using this boot to make this design, but to be honest, that design I found on some else website. Okay, that is, sorry for that. This is that exact boot. Someone just make a design with using that boot and adding some text and this wings. So that is the way they are doing this. So I'm going to use this image, but this is a very low resolution image, as you can see. And for this kind of images we have to do a lots of modifications like this. So I'm going to use, first of all I'm going to make it a bit bigger in size. Like this is now 500, around 500 pixels, so I'm going to make it 1500 pixel. And this becomes a bit blurry because that's too much bigger than the original. And then I'm again going to use my that same technique, effect and multi threshold. You can see this is the highest amount, so that is a bit like less. I want to keep a maximum details in my boot, so I'm just making it as low as possible, but try to keep some details on the design. And I'm going to just make it increase a bit like this, then okay. Now as you can see, my boots have lots of details, but nothing is missing in the area, like this kind of areas. So that will work for me. I'm going to copy this one, then I'm going to, this is the image I found, but that was already on FreePic, so I am not going to work with that one. So this is just to show you guys, when we are taking images from online or some websites, you have to be very careful about that, where you are taking that image. Or maybe you can find something on Pinterest, but always check for the source website, what is, where that image is taking you. And if that is a copyrighted website like a stock website, then don't use those kind of images. So this is going to be the boot design for me. Now I have a plan to make it like a this wing, then this ribbons also I will use, and the same text for the from my previous video. And the reason I am going to make this one like this, because I didn't like my previous design, and when I am not happy with the design I am making, then I always try to make it again. So I'm going to make a center part for my graphic here, something like this. So maybe I will use this wings as it is, then this one I am going to use in this kind of way, but I need to make it I need to move it like that so that the boats become visible from the in between my two wings. So I'm going to select them like this, then align them center-wise once I am satisfied with the position. Okay, so this one I should make it a bit closer, bring it closer, because as you can see this boot have some ribbons here. So this is close to the boot and this one is also now close to the boot. That is the way I'm going to keep them as they are. Then I need to use, not I need to use, I am going to use this ribbons like this so that I can place my text on that, just like this. Then I'm going to use my this text here for this kind of designs, taking a ellipse to make a line here just to put my text following that ellipse, something like this. Then click here. Okay, once we have clicked there, before clicking I need to make this font usable, so I'm going to use the Explorer font for this area here. Then cut this one, and then if I double click here, I will be able to work on those text. Okay, that is a very small text, so I am just pressing T on my keyboard, that is bringing me the type tool. Then if I paste it here, it will be pasted just like this, but I need it to make it a bit smaller in size. Then I can simply just reposition it as how I want it. Okay, sorry for that, I need to make it this way, otherwise the text will not follow the curve very well, the curve of my ribbon here. So just like this, and then again I need to place this one on this side, then centerize them just like this, then maybe a bit bigger in size. Okay, this is going to work for me, that is okay. Now I'm going to break it. Once that is broken, I need to keep them together just like this. Then I'm going to use my offset path option for that, just like this, but that is too much bigger. I don't want anything to exceed the ribbon area. Okay, before making that kind of design, I need to make a little adjustment here so that it does not look very bad. So that is the reason I am making that changes. 10 point is good for me. Cut, then paste, select my this ribbon here, paste in front, again select my ribbon, then use pathfinder, press alt and click here to make the minus front effect. That will make it cut out from those areas. And then if I select this and then use expand appearance, that area is expanded. So as you can see, there are some little details inside our text. If we just double click here, we will be able to select these elements that we don't want. Then if I use my eraser tool to erase them, I can simply get rid of them. That's good for me. That is okay. I'm going to make it a group here. Then I'm going to place it something like this, maybe just a bit bigger in size, so that it covers or follow the wing area of my main design graphic here. So this is the another text I am going to use here, that roper serif again. That is good for me. I am going to break the font here so that I can, okay, I am just making them another group like this. Control G for grouping them just like this. Then select them and centerize them like this. Then I am going to use it in this area, but a bit smaller in size, just like this, because I just want to fill these areas. Okay guys, sorry for that. I can simply just type that here like this, thank my brothers. So that is going to be better than before. And then if I use my arc option here, just in a little amount, just like this. Okay, as you can see, this is looking not very bad. Okay, that is the part of my design going to be like that. Then I need to focus on my this brother text, as that is the center point of my text here. So I'm going to place it something like this, then break the font. Again I am going to use that same effect, like making it a bit bigger, this to text. Then if I bring it like this and then select everything like this, then click on this option, horizontal distribute space, it will fix the space between now my text here. Then I can simply use this one like this, and I need to place everything center wise just like this, so that is good for me. Now I am going to use this one. Then again maybe I will use my Explorer font, because that is the another font we are using in our design, like this, brother who never came back. So this came back, I'm going to make it this font style, so it will keep it like everything in a balance. I'm going to place them like this. Then for these areas I need to make this the center point of my design, as this is looking like a very open areas. Okay, first of all I need to break these fonts, these two, so that I can align them very well. Then break this one. As we applied the effect here, we need to expand it. Once they are expanded, I am going to select everything like this. Then I don't like the position of this font, I am making it a bit bigger, just like this. That is good for me. I can simply bring it down like this. Then I can make it a bit smaller so that it fits in the area, just like this. Okay, so that area is good for me. Now I need to add some more elements to fill these areas, like these upper parts. So I'm going to select my text here to fill the area, that is the wide of our design, like this. Then I can simply use this font. If I place it like this, like this one, with the aligning with the R here, and then I will use another one that is going to be here. So I need to align it together like this, align it with the ruler here. Then again I need to align this with this area, this ruler here, and that is good. And then I need to select everything. Okay, not everything, just like this. Then if I click here, horizontal distribute, you can see that makes my design little fill all the area. But as this is two different world, I need to make their spacing like that. So I'm just manually fixing, like here I'm making a bigger space than the rest of my design. That is good. Okay, as we took those rulers inside this group, so I need to expand it. Then we can erase that, just like this, so that our design does not look bad. We'll need to keep the balance here, just like this. So that is good for me. Now I need to fix the areas here, like we can see the wings inside our boot. So I'm going to select my boot design here, maybe just like this, make it a group. Then I'm going to make a offset path for that, just like this, maybe 20 pixel. Okay, not 20 pixel, 15 pixel, that is good. Now I need to cut this, and then I need to select my this wings group. You can see this wings is now selected. Then if I open the transparency here, test in front, Ctrl F, that will give it a look like this. Then I need to merge and unite to make it a complete single shape. Okay, so once our that shape is made, inside this transparency you can see there is a black shape. We can copy that shape. Then if I just click on this brothers text here, then open the transparency and paste that shape again here, and that will give it this cutout look here. So that is good for me. So okay, these areas I need to make it a bit bigger, like aligning with the wings wide here, just like this. Then maybe a bit upward like that. Just like this, so that everything stays in a balance inside my design, just like this. Then these areas are being a bit empty here, so simply I can fix that by selecting my wings vector, and if I move it like this, just like this, maybe this one a bit closer to my wings, then I can select my wings, and inside the wings we will have that black shape. So we need to now fix that so that it stays in the same position where we pasted that before, just like this. You can see if we remove this one, it will make another effect here, but we need to place that on exact same place, and that will work for us. So this one a bit smaller, maybe just like this, so that brothers becomes the focus point of our design. Now for this group, I think that is good. Just I need to place my wings on the top, so I'm going to make offset path for my wings like this, then cut this, then selecting this group, opening the transparency, paste in front. As you can see, this is now pasted in front, but we can still see some areas through them, so I need to fix that. Merge and unite, it becomes a single shape here, so that is good. If we click here, we can come outside of the transparency, so this one is a bit smaller in size, just like this. So that is good for us. Okay guys, so I think this area should be hidden, this part of the ribbon that is visible. So if I select my ribbon here, then I can simply take my pencil tool. When the fill is black, I need to make a shape here that will hide those areas, just like this. Okay, that is good for me. Now for these areas I need to make some adjustment, like I can add some elements that I wanted to add, something like this veteran design, so you can use some guns there. Copy this one, this is not an army gun, but no problem, I think we can use that just to make it a good looking designs, because the buyer who is going to buy our designs, or who the people who buys t-shirt design, they are not actually design expert. They buy something they like, something that touches their heart or their emotion, they buy that design. So that is the way of this kind of designs we sell online. Okay, this is just overlapping my text, so I'm making it a smaller, little bit smaller like this. Then as you can see, this one is not okay, this one is not touching my S, so that one should not also touch my B there. If I just bring it down a bit, then I can select my, bring my this one a little below like this. Maybe I can use a ruler to fix the area. As you can see, this rulers always helps to align your designs, so that is good. there we have some extra space. Here we will add some elements to fill these areas. Sorry, not there, just like this. So basically we are going to add some veteran elements like some flag elements in these areas, so that it looks like this is a design for patriotism, or like the, okay, as you can see we have fill and stroke both, but I only need the fill here, just like this, and then make a copy here. Then you are done. Just press Ctrl D. Keep pressing Ctrl D until it fills the entire area, just like this. So that is good for me. That area is covered. Now I need to add something for my this area, this small area. So maybe, as this is a veteran design, I am going to add my this gun there, just like this, so that it fills the area here. And as you can see, this is a bit bigger in size, maybe a bit smaller, like this. Then I need to maybe rotate the position of my gun, just like this, and then I can simply select my gun. Okay, I don't want it to overlap anything, just a bit smaller. I can simply put it smaller in size, just like this. Then I am going to make a dog tag that is going to wrap my gun, and then that will hang in this area, because a dog tag is the another important part of a veteran, a soldier life. That is their identity. That is good. So let's make a dog tag. This is really easy. Just make a rounded rectangle like this, just like this. Then fill this with black color. I am not going to add too much texture on it. I am just going to add a star here. Then I need to add a star in this area, a smaller one, then a star in this area, another one. Then if I select them, I can simply align them center wise, and once they are centered, I can select these 3 star to vertically distribute their space. So once they are distributed, I am going to make a group. Then I am selecting my dog tag to align them center wise, but I want this to come a bit down, because here will be a socket for the chain area. So that is good. I am using my shape builder to erase these areas from here. This is going to be my dog tag. Now again I am going to use it like this maybe. Then I am going to make a copy here to rotate it like this, just like this. Then I can simply select any one of them I want. Then I am going to make an offset path for that, just like this, 10 pixel maybe. Then if I cut this and select my this dog tag here, paste it, like place it, then open transparency, paste in front. As you can see, this is looking good, not bad actually. So this is the black shape, but it has some extra space inside this. I am just going to use my shape builder to make it a perfect one black shape. So that is good for us. That is the dog tag we are trying to make. Now this is going to be the chain hole. I don't know what it calls. Then I am going to select this one, and this one. Press Shift M to activate the shape builder tool, just like this, to make that area a bit around like that. Then I am going to make it a group together, so that it becomes one single. I can access it like one single shape like this. Then I am going to make it smaller, just a bit. It cannot be bigger than a boot, but still it cannot be too much smaller that we will not be able to see how it is looking. So that is good. Now we need to make this one black. So once that is black, we need to make a dog tag chain here. So for making dog tag chain, we need to make some ellipse like this, just smaller than this whole of our dock tag, so that it can go through that area or something like that. So once our size is fixed, I am going to make a copy here, just a tiny space between them. Then if I press Ctrl D, it will keep duplicating. And once I have some elements like this, I can select them, then go to brush panel, custom brush, new brush, pattern brush. Click to pattern brush, it will show you some options here like stretch to fit. We can choose any option like this, approximate path or stretch to fit. Just do not choose this add space to fit, it will add some space between them, but we don't need that. So like this, just like this, then press OK. And once our design is done, we are going to draw the chain here. So first of all, I am going to make this dock tag wrapping this rifle like this, just like this. Maybe then from I want it to come inside this area and then go back. As you can see, this is going to be the just like this. So it is may look like something weird. So it is in fill mode. Let's press Shift X to convert it into a stroke mode, and once it is in a stroke mode, we can simply click on this pattern layer, pattern brush. It will fill that with our that little dots we created. We can make it smaller if we want, but we are going to make it okay. Keep it as it is, like the 1 point stroke is good for us, so that is good. Now I need to fix the areas like this. We can always make changes to our lines when we are using this curvature tool to okay, I want one dot inside this area, so I think that is good for me. Let's just adjust the position. I am selecting my this stroke here, then I am going to expand it. Once it is expanded, it becomes a single shape. Now as I am going to make it wrap the rifle, so this part I am going to make like this one will go on top of this area, then this part will go below this rifle. So I am selecting my dock tag again, guys, making that little bit space, offset path like this, then cut, then select my rifle here to move to make the transparency open, then paste in front. As you can see, that is now pasted in front, but as I told you, I want this part to be on top but this part to be on below. So I am going to select, as they are all little, so these are little small shapes, we can select them separately just like this. So this is not looking good, but it will look good, and this part should be on top. That is really okay for me, no problem. So once that is done, I am going to select my rifle vector here, then I am going to make a offset path for that, just like this. Then if I press Ctrl X to cut, then if I click my original dock tag chain here, then if I open the transparency for that, paste in front. As you can see, this is not looking good, but we need to select this area. Then if we just erase this part from here, it is looking like this area is on top and here it is looking like below, but in this area I want it to be on top. So this is really confusing, or it may be like you need to do a lot of practice to make this kind of designs, because this is really very much, there is a lots of measurement between the vectors, and you can see this is looking good now, and but that is not visible here on my boot here. So first of all, I need to make my okay, as we have created a offset path for our chain that is inside that rifle, so we can simply select that one, copy. Then if we select our boot vector here, open the transparency and then paste in front. As you can see, this is looking good for this boot areas, but it is not looking good for our dock chain. So okay, I don't know if it is going well or not. Let me check the comments. Okay, 7, I don't know. Okay, no comments, they are just watching. Okay guys, let me know if you want to make a comment about that. Okay, that is good. Just let's finish this. As you can see, this area is looking good. Okay, as you can see, we have some little trouble here, but we will fix that later, no problem. So first of all, you can see this is looking good on this boat, but we need to make that visible. This dog tag, I want to make it visible, so I'm going to make a offset path for my dog tag, just like this, maybe a bit bigger in size. Then okay, cut, select my boot vector, come to the transparency, paste in front. As you can see, this is now visible on my this boot, so I'm going to use my shape builder to just make it a single shape. We can use that merge and unite tool, but that is not necessary for this part here. So as you can see, this is looking good. Now there is a lots of work remain still, like this dog tag chain. This part should be on top and this part should be below. So let's make that. If we select our dog tag, open the transparency. Okay, before that I need to click on this boot vector. Then if I click inside the transparency, I can select one of these shapes. Let's copy that. That is good. Now open the transparency for this dog tag, paste in front. As you can see, if I paste it, it is pasted here, but I want that to be pasted on something like this area. We can do that, making a offset path for that, but that is a lots of work. I am not going to do that again. I am just doing this so that it doesn't look like, it doesn't take too much time. As you can see, this part is now looking good, so we need to make this dog tag on top of our this part. So let's do that. I am going to make offset path for my dog tag again, but not in that much bigger size, just a bit, 4 pixel. Cut. Then if I select my this dog tag here, open transparency and paste in front. It is now pasted in front, but as you can see, this area is not looking good, so I am going to use my eraser tool here so that it looks good like this. So as you can see, the area here is now, this chain is coming on top of this dog tag, then going beyond the dog tag, and then here it is in the background. So that is good. Now we have some problem here, so we need to click here so that we can simply maybe reposition them like this, so that okay, I don't need that part here. I just want to fix the problems from this area, maybe just a tiny bit space between them, and that is good to go. As you can see, that is now looking good. So guys, that is a too much work for that little detail there, but at the end I am happy with their position or how it is looking now. So let's use some more elements there, maybe again this. Okay, so let's use this one, copy, paste here. I'm going to use it as the same effect of my previous veteran design. That was really good. So I'm going to place it like this, just to fill these areas. As you can see, this is now looking good. Then if I make a copy here on this area, then I can simply press Ctrl D to fill these areas. Now once they are filling like this, I need to make them smaller. Okay, I don't need any on there. I want to make this one smaller, then I want to make this one a bit bigger than the other one, then this one like this, so that it fits into the gap of my design here inside this area. Then this one may be a bit smaller in size, then this one, okay, this one should be a bit smaller than this one, then this one as it is, then I will make this one a bit bigger. just like this. As you can see, this is filling my this area. Then if I select them and then align them horizontally right, it is now looking like this. I can bring them back inside my design area, or maybe a bit smaller in size. So that is good. Now make a group. Once they are in group, I need to place it just in this area. Just the same way inside my ruler, then select these two and then align them center wise. Okay guys, so this is the final position of my graphics here, the design here. Then I am going to make it a really cool looking black and white design, or just maybe some black and gray design. But before that I need to expand the strokes or anything that we created some effect or anything. Then we need to click on this black. If this is turning into a complete black or a white color, then we don't have anything that can cause us any problem inside our design. So I am going to make it look like a darker version of this gray maybe, because, or maybe just I can select this and then I can put a like this kind of color. This really looks good for this kind of designs. Then put a black background for our design, cut, paste in back. As you can see, this is now looking like something better than our previous design, but still we need to fix some areas. So we are going to do that. Like the fixing the area, by fixing the area I mean we need to make our this boot looks good. So for that we need to first of all click on this boot image here, and as I told you in my previous video, keep clicking until the boot is visible. So let's first of all make it black. Then I am going to draw a rectangle for it, paste in back, then use my eyedropper to pick this color. And then if I select my boot here, I can simply use my divider tool. So if I double click here, we can select this and erase that part, and then right click, exit isolation mode. As you can see, this is looking better than this version. So that is the reason I keep telling that fill the vector with a color. Just do not turn a vector into a single color design, that doesn't look good. So cut, and then I'm going to paste in back. Once that is in back, I need to make this one black. So select this two, use divider tool, then double click here, erase that part, right click, exit isolation mode. So that is now looking better, but as you can see, our boot is not too much visible, but that is good. I am going to fix that. First of all, I need to make that same effect for our wings here. So I'm going to first of all make it black. Then again I'm going to make a rectangle like this, pick this color, cut, paste in back. This is a very repeating process, but if you can do this perfectly, you can make a complete like a awesome design. Like you can see, this wing is looking far more better than this one. So that is the reason I keep using this kind of method, like pasting a color in the background, then use the divider tool. But you need to understand that your design must be open, like a close path vector. There no area can be like a open area, like this is not jointed here, a open area here. No, that is not going to work. So you need to check that you are using a close path vector, that everything here is in closed mode. So guys, that is now my vector and my boot here. As you can see, my rifle is not looking good, so I am going to make that also that same effect. So guys, for making this kind of videos, we need to keep in mind that whenever we are using or we have planned to fill this with colors, we cannot erase any part of our design. We can simply use transparency so that later we can add some colors like this. But if you are erasing some part of your design, then this technique is not going to work for you. So as you can see, this is looking better than before, but as I told you that this area is like this boot is not very much visible, so we need to fix that. Okay, before fixing that, we need to make a group for these two, then select these two together, draw a rectangle, cut, paste in back, then select your these two vector, make them black, select the rectangle. I am going to take a lots of time here. I am going to make it long video as I am in live now, but at the end that will be a great design. So that is the reason I am using this kind of, I am taking this much time here. So for this is our ribbon here, we can work on our ribbon too. Like if we make this one first of all black, then if we use a rectangle like this, pick this color, cut, paste in back, select our ribbon like this, divide it, then double click here, then paste it like this. This is looking good, but as you can see, we cannot see our text because that was in that color. So I am going to make it black, nothing else. So that is almost the final part of my design. We can simply use these shapes to make them feel like that, but that is a really small details that is not going to be even visible. So I am going to simply merge and unite so that it becomes a complete single shape like a bullet or something. That is going to work for us. So we need to now fix the areas here that is not visible. Like let's start with the wings here. So first of all, selecting our wings vector, or we can select it like this so that everything that is inside the wings is selected. Let's create a offset path for it, just in a bit smaller size. Okay, 4 pixel is good. Then merge, unite to make it a complete black shape. Okay, not black shape, we need to first of all cut it, then select your vectors from here. Then when they are selected, press Ctrl B, that will paste in back, but take your eyedropper, choose this color, and that will make it look like a outline of your text. You can see a small outline of the outside area. Now if you select the wings here, main wings here, you can see the offset path or anything that we pasted inside the transparency that is still here. We need to select that, copy that, then click here, then select this two part of your design, this outline part. Like this is really small part of this design, so we need to choose very carefully, select very carefully like this. Then we can open the transparency, paste in front, and then click here, click on the outside. You can see that is now vanished and our wings is now visible because we added a outline for our wings on the background. So that is good. We need to do the same for our these two guns here. Let's zoom in so that we can see it well. Now offset path, again we are going to make that same 4 pixel, merge, unite to make it a complete one shape, pick eyedropper like this, cut, then select your this group like this, paste in back. As you can see, our gun is now also visible on black, so that is good. And then for our this part here, okay, not that one, our rifle here. Okay, so we are selecting our rifle. This is the reason I keep telling that it takes a lots of time. Choose eyedropper to pick that color. Okay, as you can see, that is already on in the back, so let's just click here. It is added in the background and you can see that rifle is also visible on black right now. Then I am going to click on this boot vector here, and I have to select them together like this. Then go to offset path again, then make a 4 pixel offset path, merge unite. You can see this is a small, okay, I will fix that. Let's just cut it, and then there is a small part, I am erasing that. Once that is done, I am going to select my vector here, then press Ctrl B. It will paste that color in the background, but we need to make that this golden color. So pick eyedropper, click here, it will make it that golden color. But as you can see, that is now wasted in this area, so we need to click on this boot vector so that we can get everything that is inside this its transparency. So I need to selecting this like this, then copy them, again click here, then click on this outlines, this golden outlines that we just created. Then once that is selected, select them like this, open the transparency, paste in front, and then click here, right click, exit isolation mode. You can see now everything here is now visible, nothing is, you cannot see, there is no part that you cannot see, everything here is visible. You can see this guns on black, you can see this boot on black, you can see the wings on black, that rifle on black. So that is good for me. I think this is a bit darker for the color. Let's choose our magic wand tool, then click here, everything that is on that color is now selected. Then just make it a bit lighter version, maybe just like this. Okay, I don't know if that is looking good or not. Let me just bring my that color here. I really liked this color, so I need to take that color. I am taking a screenshot, paste it here. Then I am going to draw a box here so that I can sample this color. Okay, once that is sampled, I am going to take this color, and then okay, I don't need to do anything, just take my magic wand tool, click on this layer, on this color, it is now selected everything that is on that color. So okay, that is not actually selecting everything, just like this. Then pick your eyedropper to click here, it will turn everything that is on that color in this color. But to be honest, I am not still satisfied with the color here, so let's just make it a bit darker like this. Yeah, that is good. This kind of colors really looks good, guys. That is the, and then again I am going to use some grunge texture here, that I always, this kind of designs really looks good on that, with that kind of grunge texture. So I'm going to use this one, copy, then I need to select everything here just like this. Then okay, make a group, everything here is now in a group. Yes, that is good. Then double click here to open the transparency, paste, Ctrl F to paste. You can see this is now pasted like this, but I need to make it a bit bigger. Then once that is big enough, I am going to make a copy here so that it fills the entire area of my graphic like this. Then make a copy here, and then again maybe a copy here. That is really good. I am done with this design. So guys, now I really like this design, because the reason I am making this live is because I didn't like my previous design, so that is the reason. Okay, once that is placed, I need to select my this graphic here. Then if I align this with my artboard just like this, as you can see, this is a tons of graphics inside this. I didn't erase anything of my graphic here, I just keep pasting inside the transparency, and that makes it a real big design, real huge amount of elements inside the design. So that is that's all guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one will give you some advanced level of knowledge about the transparency, what we can do with that. And that, okay, if I just click here on this color, I can make it white. You can see this is really super easy to convert a design into single color design, and that is really looking good. So I hope you enjoyed this one guys. Thank you everyone. See you in the next video. Have a great time.